Okay, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going from Boston, I think it's Logan International, and we're going all the way down here to JFK with a right-hand turn, then into JFK from there. And we're going to be doing it on the A330, I believe. I think it's the A330-900, or the A330 Neo, as it's known. It's got two Trent Rolls-Royce engines. 7,000 Trent, something like that. Anyway, yeah. So strap myself in. It's going to be a good ride. We've never flown out of Boston before as well. The runway doesn't look, to be honest, looking at how acceleration at the minute, it doesn't look an incredibly long runway. However, we should be able to get the job done. I expect to anyway. But yeah, no, Boston, incredible city. My favourite film ever was actually set here. The Departed, Martin Scorsese, brilliant. If you haven't seen it, please do. Yeah, what a film, what a city, and what a plane. I mean, this is actually a modded aircraft. I mean, look how good this actually looks compared to some of the mods out there. Just nearing the end of the runway now. Yeah, this is an amazing looking mod, and I'll show you all the cockpit and everything later. But I mean, as you can see from the outside, I mean, look at the detail, incredible. Somebody's actually made this. This isn't a convert from Flight Sim X or anything like that. This is pure. Somebody's built this, and fair play to them. And because I often get asked a lot, oh, where did you get this mod? And things. I will put a download link in the description for you, and this is with the new update as well. I think version 6 or something, I don't know, but yeah, the mod will be in the description, so if you want to head up there and just yeah, you can sort of get it from there. Also, yeah, while you're looking at the description, if you wanted to just hit the subscribe button for us. We've passed 100 subscribers now, so we're slightly over that. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed so far. I will keep the content coming. It's been a bit slow the last few weeks, but I'm hoping to start doing a bit more again. So I've got a proper setup now, like I said. So we've got the desk, we've got my flight stick on it. Everything's kind of in a close sort of proximity again. I've learned how to use Photoshop as well, so this channel is certainly on the up, and you don't want to miss any content when it comes out. So be the first to see it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, yeah, and just sit back and enjoy. So yeah, this is just leaving Boston now. They got a great accent, the people from Boston. I saw how Mark Wahlberg talks in Ted. I think Ted's set there. It's Ted New York. Anyway, forget that. Going off subject. Okay, so this is the interior of the A3. I forget what this is. The A330. And yeah, so it's got all your instruments. It come with the auto speed. I think that already came on. So that's yeah. I mean, I'll disengage that towards the end of the flight, but for now, I mean, it's making sort of good time. So I'll leave that just exactly where it is for the time being. And of course, my thrusters are set to max. Now shut up with the bell. Yeah, look at the detail, incredible. Yeah, just letting you sort of take that in. I'm not going to use autopilot for the minute. I like the pure flying element of this. I like it to be yeah, I'd just like to take control of it myself, to be honest. So yeah, let's go from there. Have a look at some of the camera views. They haven't got any internal views like the cabin or whatever, where you can see it from the engine. Like some of these you can see, like if you have the A380 mod, you can see it from the engine, you can see it from inside, so like as you're a passenger. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, look at that. It's a great looking plane as well. I'm more of an Airbus guy than Boeing. However, I have really warmed to the 787 Dreamliner. That's one of my favourites in the sim. Of course, I like my Concorde, the A380, but yeah, I really do like the 787. So this is a pain in the ass. Like when you go free look, just having a look around the cockpit now. Look at the detail, incredible. The seats as well. Oh my. Yeah, I used to have a problem with getting out of free look, but yeah, look at that. Incredible detail. Incredible plane. You're going to want to download this and just have a go yourself. I mean, it's not incredibly fast or anything, but it's not really the point. I mean, we're just trying to get from sort of A to B at the minute. When it's Concorde, that's about speed. And hopefully my idea for a good Concorde video, a long one, maybe one that goes on for an hour, 2 hours, that's hopefully in the works. So when you hit the subscribe button, you'll be the first to see that when it drops. And that's going to be a good one, so yeah, make sure you do. But maybe because of the auto speeds, it's looking a bit unpredictable in the air. Not handling too great. Yeah, I'm going to get back with the iRacing stuff as well soon. This week there's not any sort of circuits I've got with the cars I've got where I can make that. I feel like I can make a good video. So yeah, it'll be a while. Well, no, but it'll probably be next week or so before I do that. So if you come here for motor racing, there's plenty of other videos on the channel. Go check them out. Alright, so we're back in the cockpit now. The bell's going to get on my tits, I know that. Yeah, I just want to leave it there. So there's the auto throttle. That already came on. I didn't put that on before, as you saw. But yeah, I said we'll leave that now as it is, and then we'll turn that off. When I get to about 50 kilometers from like the turning point, then I'll sort of turn that off, and then we can just sort of take control of the throttle manually, bring it down. Yeah, go from there. Incredible aircraft. I'm not sure how many operators there are of this at the minute. I mean, its first flight was apparently in 2017. It's in production, but there's only been 66 built so far. I mean, I say only. I mean, that's quite a lot. Just having a look. Look at the orders. I mean, Virgin have got a few on order, I believe. Well, I think they have a few. There's quite a lot of. Yeah, I mean, it's quite popular. But it's not. I mean, the massive airlines haven't really looked to take this at the moment. I mean, Virgin's probably the biggest one on there. I mean, there's TAP Portugal, there's a Delta. You know, you've not got any of the Middle East ones. There's an airline called Middle East Airline, but I'm talking. You know, Emirates haven't got involved with this, or Etihad, or Qatar. You know, British Airways, I don't think have one. So I mean, it's not. It might be cheaper. It might suit sort of certain airlines' needs rather than others. I mean, could you imagine? It's got quite a good range. This I heard in the titles it said, oh, it can fly for 15 hours straight. I mean, you'd think it looks quite. It's probably quite good with like fuel economy and things like that. But yeah, I mean, surely Emirates or someone like that would have use for this, but they've all gone and bought Emirates, Etihad. They've all gone and bought Dreamliners. I think Emirates have a few Dreamliners on order at the minute. But yeah, I mean, if I owned an airline, I'd be going for one of these. As I said, I'm more of an Airbus guy than Boeing. As you can see, with the lack of Boeing content on the channel, it's definitely this is definitely an Airbus house. The last Boeing I went on, actually, I think I might have said in one of the others, it was from Dubai back to Ireland, going to Dublin, and what happened was, if I felt it was going to skid off the runway, so we landed, and as we were on the tarmac, it's kind of weaving in and out. And I'm like, oh no, we're going to crash into the terminal. But I mean, luckily they sort of kept it under control. All in all, very good flight as well. I had a whole row to myself. But as travel's sort of picking up in that way, you're finding that like flights sort of out to Dubai. So as you know me, people know me. I'm out there a lot. Obviously, my fiance's out there, so I'm making that journey about 3 times a year, and I've been doing so in the pandemic. But as it's sort of picking up, the flights out there are generally very busy. You're always going to have someone kind of next to you. But on the way, sort of back, they're like kind of dead. And there's on the one to Ireland. I mean, there was in our like sort of bit of economy. I mean, there must have been about 30 people, which is nothing. I mean, I had a whole row. The guy in front of me had a whole row. It's yeah. But travel's picking up. I mean, the laws they're changing all the time, and you're having to find yourself. I mean, with my trip I went on in July, I mean, Dubai was still on red list, so I had to kind of work away around that and work with it almost. And I rearranged that flight. Must have been about 20 times, just doing this, doing that. End up flying to Dublin itself, which is great because I got to spend some time in an amazing city. That I mean, if you got a chance to go to Dublin, I mean, please go. It's an incredible place. Yeah, and have a Guinness as well. But yeah, no, as travel's picking up, and it's great. I mean, it's a really rough 2 years nearly for the industry. But it's coming back. It really is coming back nicely. And yeah, just get travelling, get out there, go and see places, get on planes. That's what we want. I mean, travelling for me was easier at the start of the pandemic. I felt, because I mean, I flew. I think it was the 1st of August. I flew to Dubai for about 2 weeks, and yeah, we were on an A380, and there was the only things you had to really do was sort of wear your mask. You had to do a test as well, of course. But yeah, there's no real sort of other laws where now it's like, you gotta be vaccinated, you gotta have this, that. It's more of a pain now, but I mean, at least, travel at one point was just for the desperate and the wealthy. Me, I mean, I'm incredibly wealthy, but I was desperate to get somewhere, and I made it happen. So that's the sort of story to boot. Yeah, no, it's I'm glad things are rebounding, and Emirates return to Gatwick is great news for me, because it's fairly near me as well. I've always been at Heathrow. I find Heathrow just a real pain in the arse to not just to get to, just everything kind of about it. It's a lot further away. You got to go through London if you're on public transport or a taxi, which is a ridiculous amount up there. So yeah, but still glad to be back flying again. The next one is in about a month's time. We're going to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So yeah, flying out there for a bit, which should be all good fun. But now we're on our A330 Neo. Yeah, I don't have my... I want to do a video kind of about the cheapest way of sort of getting into flight sim. Because my PC was fairly cheap. But I mean, as you know, it does have the odd sort of glitch and things. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at doing hopefully a video on that soon as well. Just yeah, the cheapest way of getting into flight sim. I mean, you can do it. I think the keyboard and a mouse, but I mean, if you want the full experience, I mean, you want minimum a flight stick. See, I've got the Airbus officer pack, so I've got the stick, I've got like the throttle levers, everything like that. So for me, I feel you need for the whole experience. And if I'm going to make good YouTube videos, I want to be in total control of the aircraft. I'm still learning with it as well. As you can see, some of the landings have been a bit sketchy, but no, we're getting there. So yeah, I mean the PC itself, I mean I think I paid just under 400 for that, but that meets the spec, so I can play the game kind of basically. And then, yeah, I mean on maximum settings, it's okay. I mean it struggles at times. I had it on medium settings and it did quite well. I think these are low. I had to move it around. I think for the last update, it was certain planes it wasn't flying. I think with the Concorde, like it was only 3 of the engines are working. So, but I'd moved the settings, the vision settings, down to low, and yeah, I mean it worked perfectly after that. So I don't know. That's just a small glitch, but yeah, if you want to get involved in that, I'm more than happy to hook people up with the company I went with. It's actually on eBay, so they custom build PC for you. You put in the specs you want. So if you're going to play like flight sim, iRacing, so I put the specs I needed, so for the graphics card and whatever, and the memory and the RAM, all this, and it's yeah, and they custom build it. It took, I think I would do it on the Monday or the Sunday, and then it came by, I think it was the Saturday. It might have been quicker than that actually, but yeah, it was done. It's done really quickly. Fair play to them. The company, I think, is Krypton Gaming Machines on eBay. They've got a store. So yeah, when I do the video, hopefully I'll put all that in, so you can go and check them out. Yeah, just we're into, I believe we're in sort of upstate New York now. This plane is really sort of rattling around. It's way too fast, I know, but we want to get this done. We want to get this done today. I'm just messing around with the trim a bit as well. This was trimming up and down by itself at one point. Yeah, let's get rid of the auto throttles. That's off. And that's sort of all we need. So we're in control of the throttle now. There's the flight director. I'm going to leave that on. I don't want it to go mad. But yeah, we're doing okay here. So reducing the throttles a little bit. As we're in that sort of range now. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, you want to reduce the throttles, of course, in plenty of time to, you know, make sure the gear comes out and everything, and you get a chance to get like a good crack at a landing. But you don't want to kind of reduce them too much to the point where you're not going to make the runway, or you're not going to make the turning point. Yeah, it's looking alright so far. I'm quite confident about a decent landing here, actually. Funny enough, yeah. I don't usually my landings are horrific. I mean, I've only done a few good ones, but hopefully this one won't be too bad. Yeah, it does flap around a lot, this aircraft, even though we've reduced sort of the speed a bit. It still moves a bit wildly. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the mod? Is that the aircraft itself? You know, who knows? It's going almighty quick. So I've had to kind of drop in a little bit there. I had to kind of put the engines back up a tad. Sorry. So yeah, here's the turn now. Well, of course, looking pretty good for that actually. So hopefully, I mean, I'm just going to sort of turn at the right time. It's like quite a sharp right. Not so much where it's like a hairpin on a racetrack. It's just a right-hand turn, and that's sort of it. There we go. Gonna start to tilt it in a second. As you've seen before, my approach sort of work it's not the best. It's okay. It's okay. It's not too bad. So yeah, let's have a look what we can do here. Tilted a bit too much. Just want to get the turn right. Okay, so we got our target now, and we'll point it in the right direction of where we got to go. There it is. There's JFK. Not too certain about a runway. I think you can sort of see it in the distance, just to kind of level it out. It's there. It's a grey sort of bit of tarmac. Not grey, sorry, it's light. It's lighter than the grey. There's a grey bit going like sort of in front of it. But yeah, if you can just sort of see it. I think that's where we gotta go. So we're doing quite a few knots. Pull the landing gear down now. So I'm trying to bring the aircraft up a little. And right a bit would help. So we got a chance to get the centre line. Don't freeze now. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a tad unpredictable, this. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So that's not looking too bad. Try and bring it down. The flaps are at the max as well here. Trim almost equal. As you see the runway in front there. Okay. Good speed as well. Not bad. There we go. Okay, so it's down. I'll take that. Well, thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe.